Behind me is everything we are packing for a 3-day, 2-night backcountry camping trip out here in the Canadian Rockies. If you are new to my channel, my partner Tristan and I have lived in Banff for the last 2 years now, and this summer we have really discovered an absolute love of backpacking and backcountry camping. We are very new to this whole world ourselves, but we are doing our best, and we just got in for some last minute cancellation tickets for a hike that has been on our bucket list for quite a long time. This is a hike that we tried so hard to get permits for at the start of the year, and it just got to the point where we gave up. It was so hard, but I checked a couple of weeks ago and someone has cancelled over our days off, so we've taken a few extra days. We are gonna head out and I'm so stoked for this. So if you haven't guessed it by now, we are doing Mount Assiniboine Provincial Park. Now this is such a sought over destination. The views look just incredible. If you haven't heard of this, I would pause the video, quickly go check it out so you know what we're getting ourselves into. But tomorrow we're getting up bright and early. We're leaving to go out to Mount Shark, and then we're gonna hike 30 kilometers into the Lake Magog campsite. I just cannot wait. I'm very nervous as well. Some of this gear, all of the essential kind of base things, are not actually ours. We rent them from a company in Banff because we have not yet had the money to commit to quality gear. So this has been a really good solution for us, and then the rest of the stuff is all ours. So I'm gonna run you through everything. I'll show you what we're packing, and I would love your feedback. As we go through the video, let me know if there's things that you recommend, products that you love. It is really cool to know, and I love this community, so let's get into it and I'll show you everything I've got. So everything I have is all laid out behind me here. Now it's all gonna go into this 70-liter backpack. I've used this one before, so I know exactly how it all fits and where the pockets are. So I'm gonna get that packed up, but before I do, I'm gonna show you everything that is gonna go in there. To start with the basics and the most important things, the first thing we'll always pack is our tent. Now we have used this MSR Elixir tent the last couple of times, and it is so handy. It is pretty lightweight. I'm not sure if you can, how much lighter you can get really, but it is like 3 poles. The whole system's color coded. You really don't need instructions to set this up. It just takes a couple of minutes. So this is really handy. Next up, of course, is going to be our sleeping gear. So I have a sleeping pad and a sleeping mat from Thermarest. This is just one of their inflatable ones. I used this in my trip to Flow Lake, and I showed the process of getting it all inflated. So you can check out that video if you want to see it in action. Otherwise, you can wait for the vlog of Assiniboine because I'm sure it will be there too. But these are really good. They are so light. Like, it's just seamless. I've seen a lot of people that also have the like foam sleeping pads that they strap to the outside of their bags. If you're one of those people or you've tried that, let me know if you prefer an inflatable or a foam one, because we will look at getting one ourselves soon, but I don't know what is best. But yeah, that's gonna go in. I've got a sleeping bag and a sleeping liner as well. Now, my luxury item for any trip is my pillow. I know you can get backpacking pillows. When we go, Tristan just uses his packing cube of clothes as his pillow. I know you can get inflatable ones, but I honestly just love my pillow so much. And if I'm hiking so far, I want to have a good sleep. So this does squeeze down quite a lot. Like, it is just, you know, feathers inside, I think. But it's gonna go right in the bottom of my bag, and I will be taking this because I'm happy to carry something like that if it's gonna give me a good night rest. Next up is our food and cooking gear. So for our backcountry trips, we pretty much just take dehydrated meal kits. I do find that they are the easiest and the most convenient. We don't have to worry about having anything to, you know, cut up groceries or cook things properly. It's just so seamless. There's no cleanup. All you need to do for these things is boil water. Now, this little pack here is just my food for this trip. Tristan has his own one that he'll be carrying as well. So we'll just be taking a bunch of kits like this. The Backpacker Pantry is a brand that I absolutely love and I highly recommend. Every meal of theirs that I've tried so far has been amazing. I haven't tried this one yet, but I will be on this trip, obviously, so you can check out our Assiniboine vlog if you want to see that. On top of that, we're going to take some sandwiches for the first day. And then we have some like trail mix, granola bars, a little bit of fruit, things like that as well, which will help keep us going. To cook all of that, we have our little cooker. This is a super lightweight system. If I pull it out of its little pack, we have a stove. Oops. So we've got the pot on top, and then we have this tiny little lightweight stove. It is so cute. Like, these things just flick up and they hold the pot, and then this will screw straight onto the top of here. Of course, essential to our backcountry camping kit is a little lighter as well. Now we have a lighter and matches just in case. First time we ever went backcountry camping, we didn't realize we'd actually need a lighter because we have a very similar like mini cooker set in our normal camping setup, but ours has a little button you press and it just ignites it. So we forgot to pack one and we had to ask someone. So now we take both just in case. On top of that too, we also have these little bowls. These just come with our set from Backtracks. There is like a spoon, a fork, and some little bowls in there, as well as a chopping board. Not that we really use that for anything, but that is the last of our little kitchen setup for the backcountry camping. Next up, and super crucial for any trip, is taking enough water. Now, until now, we have not actually owned a water filter. So we have gone out and we bought just this water filter for this trip because on our last trip, we didn't pack enough. I don't want to make that mistake again. So we have gone out, we purchased this little water filter. It is just a squeeze filter. It's meant to process 3 liters of water within a minute, so quite a fast flow out. We have tested this, but that is going to help us on the trail to make sure we have good drinking water. I've also got my Osprey 2-liter Hydro Pack. Now that is going to go straight in my bag as well. And then as we filter dirty water, we'll put the clean stuff into here. And then as a backup, we'll also be taking another 1.5 liter and then maybe my other Hydro Flask drink bottle as well. Now I've also bought some Mio. This is just like an electrolyte sports drink. We're gonna put that probably in one of the bottles, not in one of the Hydro Packs. But that's kind of helpful to help us rehydrate on the trail, and that can be good if it is a hot day while we're out there. As this is gonna be our first multi-day backcountry trip, we do need to take a day pack. So I'm packing my Osprey Tempest 20-liter backpack. I don't know if we should be taking something more lightweight or seamless. We don't really have anything else, and the Osprey is a bag that I love. It is pretty new to my collection, but I've upgraded to that because it has some waist straps, and I feel like over long day hikes, they are so essential at keeping the weight of your bag evenly balanced across your body, and that helps like not get headaches and not get shoulder pain in my case. So I'm just gonna have to pack that small bag straight into my big pack. I don't know if there's a better solution. If you have one, let me know. But that is something that will be going in there. Also crucial for it is these hiking poles. We're both going to be taking a set of poles. I find these super handy, especially when going downhill with a large pack on. Makes you feel a lot more steady. And then also importantly, we'll be taking our bear spray. We live in Canada. You need to be bear safe out here. So we have some bear spray that will be strapped onto the outside of our packs. It won't be going in there because we need to access it. Getting down to the final sort of things, we have, this is kind of our essentials and like miscellaneous kit. In here, I bought these Band-Aids today. Now I am going to get blisters, I know it. So I bought some blister Band-Aids just to help with that. On top of it, we also have 2 headlamps, super handy. We're bringing some playing cards. We have 2 nights there, so if we want something to do, I think that'll be really nice. Packing some magnesium. I'll probably take a couple of pills out of this container and put it into a smaller one, but just to help with recovery. Backup matches, super important for us. It is currently September, which is starting to get into the colder months here. The days are still pretty nice. Like, we're forecast to get up to 20 degrees while we are on this backcountry trip we're going on, but you never know. We have done one in the middle of summer and it snowed on us. So we always take hand warmers and body warmers. I do not want to get cold up there, so that is something that is in our essentials kit. Now I've also got some bug spray, some Hydrolyte, And lastly, I have this collapsible little cup. I mainly bought this for my cups of tea, but it's really handy because on the inside here, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but there is measuring lines, which is going to be so handy in trying to figure out how much water to put into our dehydrated meal kits. We always bring some toilet paper. It is in a Ziploc bag to keep it nice and dry. And then we have some portable chargers. Now, I normally just bring one portable charger, but because I am a YouTuber and I will be filming this for you, I have packed 2 for this trip. Down to the final selection of things we have to pack. Towel is also an essential for us. I don't have a small kind of microfiber travel light one yet, so I just take the lightest beach towel we have. We use this if we want to go for a swim in the lake, sort of dry off our feet, or as a sit pad in our campsite. I have my Woods backpacker hammock. I love this thing, and because we don't have any chairs or anything to sit on, I do like to bring it. The final section of this is going to be all my clothing. Now, I am actually going to take 3 pairs of shoes on this trip, and I'm going to explain why. So I'm going to have my hiking boots, which are my standard, but these boots do still give me blisters when I'm on long trails. Now, tomorrow is going to be such a long trail for us that I'm scared to just have these, because if I start getting blisters, I don't want to have to keep walking in them. So to do that, I'm going to bring these. They are my Adidas Ultra Boosts, I think. I love these shoes to death. Like you can tell, they're just so easy. They're so lightweight. They're slip-on. They are not something I typically like to hike in, but we don't have a lot of elevation gain on this hike in. It's 900 meters over 30 kilometers. So I don't think it's gonna be too bad or too steep. I would prefer to have the ankle support. So I am gonna wear my hiking boots, but I am bringing these as a backup in case I need them, because I still have hikes to do once we get to the area. So that is just my kind of playing it safe item on this trip. And then I always bring some camp sandals. These are just little knockoff Tevas from Walmart. Super handy. I can wear them with my socks when it gets cold and things like that around the campsite. And I generally just strap those to the outside of my bag. I've got my outfit all ready to go for the morning, so I'm not gonna pack this stuff, but I just have a Patagonia fleece, some Lululemon shorts. I've got a white t-shirt, sports bras, some nice hiking socks. I think these ones are Burton. And then I'll wear that. I'm also gonna have my puffer jacket on the outside of my bag or on me. I do like to keep those things accessible, as well as my rain jacket that I'm gonna be packing. You never know what weather's gonna be like here in the Rockies. And then in terms of clothes that I'm also taking with me, I have everything packed up in this packing cube here. So I'm gonna quickly run you through it. I've got a sun hat and a beanie or a toque. So I'm gonna be taking both of those. I also am taking my Uniqlo thermals. So I have some long ultra warm pants and a long sleeve ultra warm shirt. I will be sleeping in these because they are the best. I'll probably just have that and a jumper or a sweatshirt over the top, depending on how cold it is. Otherwise I'll put an extra layer on as well, of course. But then I just have underwear. I've got 1 pair of bathers. I've got a couple of extra pairs of socks, so I think I'm only gonna need 2 pairs. I brought a 3rd pair of hiking socks just in case they get wet or if I need to change them. And then I brought a comfy bed to sleep in. And then finally, I have a couple of different shirts. So I have just a comfy t-shirt for once we get to camp to change into. And then I have 2 or 3 other options as well for out on the trail. Finally, just to be super safe with weather, we have packed some gloves. Now, I would prefer to bring just liner thin gloves, but we can't find them anywhere. So we have packed our snowboarding gloves. Better than nothing, right? If you watch our Bugaboos video, you'll know why we need gloves. But that is everything that we are taking. I'm gonna split a couple of these things over Tristan and I's bag. I'm gonna pack it all up now, so I'm ready to go. Everything is now packed and in the bags. It took a little bit of trial and error and rearranging to figure out what worked best, but we are all ready to go. I'm gonna go make some snacks and some sandwiches for the trail tomorrow, so we don't have to pull out the cooker and do anything like that until we make it to camp. but they are heavy, they are ready. I'll see you guys out on the trail. Thank you for watching this What I Packed video. Stay tuned if you want to see how it all actually goes and what it's like on Assiniboine. I will chat to you guys soon. Thank you for watching and being here. Bye.